welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited you're here. So today I thought we would just sit down, have a little chat. I thought this would be really fun. So I thought of this video idea. I've seen it a few times, but I just thought what if you decide to play the lottery? Gary and I talk about winning the lottery a weird amount, even though neither of us play the lottery, right? But I was like, what if we were to win the lottery? What would be the makeup items I would want to get? At Sephora, the brands are just more expensive, which is not a big deal. Sometimes you are getting better quality, but I also love drugstore dupes, and if you watch my last video, a lot of those items weren't very expensive. They were e.l.f. and NYX, ColourPop, because I love those brands, and there's nothing wrong with not paying that much for makeup product, but I just thought it would be fun to think about what I would want to get if I had an unlimited amount of funds, right? And if you watch my last video, I'm trying to afford a wedding, so I can't afford a lot of these products. So that's gonna be the theme here. But I did miss a couple categories like eyebrows, because I love the Anastasia one, but I use that, right? And what was the other one? Lips, because this is what I'm currently using on my lips. It is the Vaseline Lip Therapy. I will sometimes wear color on my lips, but it just doesn't feel natural to me. If I do, it's just like a crayon stick or something like that. But anyways, let's get into it. I have a few makeup, well, most of it's makeup, and then I have a few hair items that I'd love to try as well. I guess I have an SPF first. The Supergoop Glow Cream, that is $38. I've heard really good things about that. I do have the e.l.f. version dupe. Why did I put that in quotes? I don't know. The e.l.f. dupe for it. I actually love the e.l.f. one, so I don't know if it would even be necessary for me to try the Supergoop one, but that was on my list first. And then for primers, I've got 3. For someone who doesn't use a lot of primer, that's a lot. But the Tatcha Silk Canvas, I've heard so many people talk about that. It's just $54. And for somebody who doesn't use primer a lot, probably not gonna try to afford that. And then the YSL Touche Clot Blur Face Primer. Also heard very good things about that one. That one's not super new, but it's $56. And YSL is just a prestigious brand, but I just think it would be fun to try it, right? And I love a smoothing but also hydrating primer. I don't know. I just think that one would be good. Also, the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. That one's $67, but that one's more like a moisturizing primer, which sounds so up my alley. I have dry skin, so anything that's gonna moisturize my skin underneath my makeup is 100% for me. So those were my 3 primers. Now for concealers, this one was kind of hard because there isn't any concealer that I would think that I absolutely need. I've tried the Tarte Shape Tape. I do like the creamy Shape Tape over just the original, but I don't think it's necessary. Again, I know I'm all for drugstore and dupes, but if I had to choose a more expensive one, I would try the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. That one's $32. Or the Bobbi Brown Under Eye concealer. It's a correctional thing. So you put it on and it'll correct your under eye color. Kind of obviously concealer, that's obviously the point. But that one's $33. I'll put a picture of everything on the screen here, but the Bobbi Brown one is just you just tap your finger in it, and then I've just never tried anyone like that. Most of the ones that I've tried are the Pump, which that's just the NYX one, or just the doe foot. So I don't know, I just am very intrigued by that one. Okay, foundation. I also have 3 foundations. One that I guess 2 of them I've always wanted to try. I just haven't broke down and bought them yet. The first one being the Hourglass foundation stick. So the problem I have with this one is it's $49, And again, I have dry skin, so I was just so worried. Before I started dermaplaning, a lot of like heavy foundations would show all my peach fuzz, and I hated that. Absolutely hated it. And I felt like that one would do the same. But I just like, I always look at it when I log on to like Sephora and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'll buy it this time. And I'm like, no, it's just a big commitment. And I'm like, what if I hate it? Like, I feel terrible for returning things, so you know, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably pass it on to like my sister or my mom, but like still. Same goes with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. This one has been like an OG favorite forever, and again, it goes along with like the Hourglass. Like, it's mattifying, it's like, I don't know, high coverage, which freaks me out because I'm like, ooh, is that gonna show like every dry patch I have? But one that I've heard more recently that's a newer launch is the Haus Labs Tri-Clone Skin Tech Foundation. That's a mouthful, but this one's $45, and this one definitely would be up my alley. The $45 is a commitment. And again, what if I absolutely hate it? But I have heard good things about that one as well, so I would definitely try that one. So now I have a couple powders that I've like been seeing going around and that I would try. I absolutely love the Laura Mercier one, whether it's the original or the like more dewy finish ones. I love those, and yes, those are also a commitment financially, but they last me forever, and so I always go, that's the route I go, that's the one I love. But I've heard good things about the Hourglass Veil translucent powder. That's the whole name. I couldn't read my own handwriting. But I've heard good things about that one, so I've been intrigued about that one, and the Givenchy Libre Loop Setting and Finishing Powder. That one is a whole mouthful as well. That one is $59, but it's so cool. Like, I'll post, have a picture right here, but it's got like 4 different colors, and you can like either like go like into the pink or mix them all. I just think that would be cool, and especially if it's like a dewier finish, or maybe it's just, I don't know, like I'm intrigued by it. So that's always like one like that. When I was scrolling Sephora, I was like, oh, like I'm intrigued by that. But $59, I don't know. So kind of like a highlight, but also like a powder, is the Hourglass Ambient Finishing Powders. They have, again, like, it's kind of like a highlighter, but then like, or I guess they have highlighters maybe and powders, but they have like a 3 thing with like powders, and I don't know, but like I can never commit to buying one of those just because like the Hourglass Ambient Finishing Powder is $54. And like their limited edition palettes, oh my gosh, they catch my eye every time they come out with one. But I'm like, first off, it's limited edition. Second off, they're like $80. But I'm like, it's a commitment, but like, I don't know. See, I can't commit to it because I'm like, what if I hate it? Like, I feel like that's with everything. But like, you know, I'd rather spend $10 on something and hate it rather than $80, right? Okay, so let's skip to bronzers and contours. I feel like this one won't be a surprise, but the Charlotte Tilbury contour one, that one is so well loved on YouTube and Sephora. I have the e.l.f. version of it, or the e.l.f. dupe, and I like it. It's like not as pigmented as I probably want. Like, I always have to tap it in with my finger, but I would love to try the Charlotte Tilbury one. It's just, again, $42 for that. But the e.l.f. one has lasted me a long time, and I feel like you might get more product with the Charlotte Tilbury, so I might have to look into that, and I might commit to it, but I've had that one in my cart a few times. The other one is the NARS Laguna Bronzing Cream. I've just been really into like cream products for the last probably year-ish. And the NARS one, it looks to me like the Anastasia one that I do already have, but I don't know. I loved NARS the Laguna powder, so I just thought I'd like that one as well. And then for blushes, the Rare Beauty liquid blushes. These ones look so fun and they get so much love. I know e.l.f. just came out with a liquid blush in the same like doe foot applicator, so I definitely want to try that. But I've heard a lot of things about the Rare Beauty ones, and they're $23 a piece, which is not that bad. I feel like a liquid blush would last you a long time, so I definitely had that one in my cart as well. Another blush, the Dior Rosy blush. This one is $40, but again, this is one that I've heard a lot about, and I'm like, I'd have to find a shade that I absolutely loved in order to purchase it, but I don't know, maybe it's just like, I feel like you're paying for the Dior name, right? But I think it'd be really cool. And then for highlighter, I just had the like Hourglass Ambient Hour like highlighters. I don't feel like I loved the Becca highlighters. Like, if you don't know, like Becca Cosmetics had like the shimmering skin perfectors. I think that's what they call them. Either way, it was like a Becca highlighter. And I know that they collabed with Smashbox, and Smashbox still carries them, but I love those. And I have a couple in my collection, and I love the ColourPop ones. So I don't really have another highlighter that like really caught my eye when I was scrolling on Sephora, besides the Hourglass ones. Okay, now for like eyes. So eyeshadow and then mascara, eyeliner thing. The palette that has been in and out of my cart for this, I feel like, is the product that I always go back and forth on when the Sephora sale comes around, is the Natasha Denona Glam palette. So I have many of the Natasha Denona palettes and I love them. The formula is so good. Oh, I actually do have a full size one. I got a lot of the minis from BoxyCharm, and then I did get a full-size one from BoxyCharm as well. I remember that, and I do still have it. But I love her formula. Like, it's so good. And I am a cool tone girly. Like, I don't mind warm tones. Like, I'll wear them. But if I had to choose, I would choose cool tone brown every day. Every day. So this, right up my alley, I'd use it every day. So that's why I go back and forth. But again, it's a commitment at $69. Okay, a couple high-end mascaras I would try. The Tower 28 mascara, I've heard really good things, but I also feel like it's very similar to the L'Oreal Lash Paradise that I love. See, like, and that's the thing, like L'Oreal Lash Paradise is like $10, but then Tower 28, $20, but I'm like, if it lasts longer, I don't know. You just have to really like justify it, or I have to justify it in my mind. But $20 for that one. And then the other one is the Thrive Cosmetics tubing mascara. I've never tried a tubing mascara, but I heard they're like easier to get off. You just like rub it with warm water, and sometimes that's what is hard on my skin sometimes, because I'm like really scrubbing to get my mascara off at night, and it kind of triggers like my eczema to flame a little bit. So I'm like, I don't know, I really want to try a tubing. I think Tarte Cosmetics has one too. Maybe I'll try with that one first. And the Dior Lash Primer, I am not one to wear a lot of lash primer, but I've heard good things about that one. And when I was also looking it up, it says lash primer serum. So I wonder if they have like ingredients in it that are supposed to like help your lashes grow and things like that. I don't know. I'd be curious to try that or check that out more. And then I only have one eyeliner, the Makeup by Mario pencil eyeliner. I don't wear a lot of pencil eyeliners, but like in my waterline on the bottom, I would try the like brown one just so it wouldn't be as harsh as black. But that one's been on my radar, and that one's $24. And I have a couple moisturizers and then a couple hair products that we can talk about. So the two moisturizers I have is the Ole Henriksen Strength Trainer Peptide Boost moisturizer. Again, can't read my own handwriting. This one is $52. I have heard so many good things about it though. It's in this like little purple container. I'll put a picture of it here. And I struggle with eczema and I have really dry skin, so I'm like, oh, I bet this one would be good, but I can't buy it because if I love it, then you have to rebuy it, and it's $52. The other one I put on my list is really anything from Drunk Elephant. I've heard so many good things about their line. The one I did put on my list though is the Drunk Elephant Proteiny Polypeptide Cream. This one is $68. I just know, again, I know my skin would love it. Like, I got this CeraVe nighttime cream that my skin just is like soaks it all in, and I know it would probably do the same with both of those. But I just can't commit to the $52 and $68 price tag. And then for hair, K18 leave-in repair hair mask. This one is $75. They did launch a mini version of it. So I've been on my like hair health journey for the last year and a half-ish. I've been trying to get it cut every other month. I've been doing more braids when we work out, less heat. I do the Kitsch like leave-in curls, or the leave-in like rod at night if I need curls, just to like help, you know, my hair, right? Like we all want to have good, healthy, long hair. At least I do. And so I've been like getting it cut. I've been taking good care of it. And so I've heard very good things about this one too. I have like, when I went to my hairdresser, when I first like really wanted to get better about taking care of my hair, I had 2 lines of breakage. So like one here from ponytails, and then just the ends, like, you know, everybody has dead ends, I feel like. And so she told me to stop wearing as much ponytails, and if I do, like to do it in different places, because then it's not pulling in one place, which is what was happening. And so I've just heard really good things about this. I wonder too, like how many ingredients are similar to the Olaplex hair mask, because I have done that one in the past. But I don't know, this one catches my eye every time. It's just a commitment at $75. So maybe I'll try the mini before I commit to that. Okay, and then the last item is the Briogeo Replenishing Apple Matcha Kale Shampoo and Conditioner. These ones are $52 for the pair, but you don't get that much. I bought the Ultra Moisture big bottles of the Briogeo ones, and I have been loving it. I've been using it for a month or 2 now, and I feel like it's just made my hair so soft, moisturized. Like I feel like it's helping too, especially like it's winter right now, obviously. So like my hair needs all the moisture it can get. But I've always wanted to try these 2 specifically. I just don't know if I will, because it's $52. But I'm curious. So that was my last item. Like, if you won the lottery today, like the $750 million lottery that you could live your whole life on, what would be like your first, like, okay, so like obviously my first item would be like pay off my house and, you know, maybe buy another car, but like makeup wise, like what would be your first like want to purchase that maybe you've just been holding off because of price, or maybe because you just don't need it right now? I'm just curious, so comment below so I can read through those. I think that would be a lot of fun. But anyways, thanks for watching. It was fun chatting with you. Yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.